guys, it's your girl Rivah, and I am back again with another video. If you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Rivah. It's very nice to meet you. Before we get into this video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. And as I always say, make sure you guys leave your comments in the comment section down below. It doesn't matter how you feel about this video. We all want to talk about it. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow my Instagram. It's at RIVAH_JORDON. And guys, as you can see here, I am usually cropped in the corner of the screen when I do my Lapeef reactions. But as you can see, your girl Rivah TV has made it to the screen. Okay, so I actually was on Lapeef Let's Talk, and we did a live stream. And so I am going to have various videos that I am going to be reacting to. I just wanted to bring it over here to the Rivah Gang so you guys can go ahead and let me know your honest opinions, feedbacks, and how you feel about these videos. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get right into it.
Let me push back on that a little bit, Kay, because the context matters, right? So the context was my grandfather and my great grandfather. Right. So when you go back into those times, and I understand you're bringing it current, but I'm just saying I use that as a reference point. When
I got what you're saying.
Yeah, when you go back in that time, and even when you go to, let's say if we go to some indigenous countries today.
Yeah.
Those young men are going through rites of passage at 15, 14. Now. So that I would just add an additional context. That's all.
No, I agree with that. I knew exactly what you were saying. I just wanted to add that little, piece in.
Yeah. So are you saying, Rilla, that because they're going through rites of passage, just like if they're 14 or 15, that makes them an adult?
So, I think when we having this conversation around what determines somebody being an adult, I think it's relative.
True.
Y'all looking lovely, man. Y'all looking good, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Fellas? When I say that compliment, y'all supposed to be like right at.
I said fellas.
Such like a delay or something like that.
I said fellas.
Y'all recognize it, but at least I recognize it. Okay. Gentlemen, I see you got the black hoodies on. See?
All day with it.
Yeah.
Beef to the death, baby.
That's what I'm talking about. Really? What is that? Is that a Bulls?
HBCUC, Chicago
okay.
State. You know the vibes.
Okay.
You know the. Come on.
I know, man. I thought it might have been,
It's
really,
that classic. It's that classic.
Really?
Nah, you ain't send me the text, Court.
I should have. I'm sorry,
Classic.
JR, you gotta switch me and Rilla.
Uh-oh.
What? Well,
already? Yeah, HBCUC.
No, I just like my view going that way because my monitor is just.
This is just a random thing, but just Anton, even him just saying to switch the videos, it really changed the whole view. I feel like the view is way more comfortable with how the colors are behind him and stuff like that. That's just random information that I'm giving you guys, but I thought that was actually a really smart thing to do.
So that's
What?
Anyhow, welcome to Lapeef Let's Talk. If you guys are just tuning in, welcome to the show. Make sure you guys get them likes up. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're going to move right into our first topic of the night, which is, does age determine adulthood? Does age determine adulthood? Start with you, Courtney. What are your thoughts about that?
All right. I'm going to say negative. It does not determine adulthood. Once you turn 18, you're legal. Once you turn 21, you're able to drink. So those age is just, what makes you, legal. But it doesn't make an adult. I think what makes you an adult is having responsibilities, psychologically, understanding what being mature is and being out on your own. So that's being an adult. Adult is adulting, paying bills, getting out your mom and them house, having a legit job and taking care of yourself. So that's what an adult is. It's responsibilities. It's being mature. It's being accountable for the things that you do and understanding consequences of the things that happen if you do or don't do certain things. So that's what makes you an adult, not age.
Okay, gotcha.
And I want to know what you guys think about everybody's perspective on it as well. I definitely do agree with that, but I also don't agree that, I also don't agree that having a job and being responsible makes you an adult as well. I think that we have to figure out, like, if being an adult is what we're trying to say is actually the level of, like, mental maturity, right? And I think that there's also people who are doing these things, right? There's people who are outside and they don't live with their parents. They pay significant amount of bills. They are literally fully functioning and doing adult like things, but mentally they are not evolved in their mindset to actually maneuver through life as an adult as well. So I think that that's something else to take into consideration when thinking about adulthood and age as well.
Really? Does age determine adulthood? Does age determine adulthood?
Yeah, I agree with Corey. Absolutely not. And when I think about this question, I think about, you think about millennials, Generation Z, and the studies that talk about how much longer kids are staying at home with their parents, right? So you got some kids staying at home till they're 26 and some 30, right? So that's where we get the phrase, sitting in your mama's basement, right? But then I think about, like, my granddad, my great granddad, and they had grown man responsibilities at 15, 16, some of them, 14, right? So, and it's just as times change. So I think even when I was growing up, like when I graduated high school, I couldn't wait to get out the house. I couldn't wait to just go figure the world out, find myself, and do what I need to do to become the man that I needed to be. And we don't see that same drive and passion in young bloods nowadays. It used to be like you would go to the military, or maybe you would, join the police force or a fire department or something like that. We just don't see that same drive. So, I agree with you, Corey. Like, age definitely doesn't determine adulthood.
And to feed off of what he's saying as well, when it comes to, the younger generations, and this was not a part of the question. A part of the question was not why, but the parents nowadays. I'm not gonna say all. Obviously, it's not all parents, right? But where he's talking about how now, like, the younger generations kind of lack that motivation to, kind of get out the house and all of these things. I think it's just when the parenting styles change over time, just because naturally that's what happens. Like, we just continue to evolve as humans, and with social media and technology being so advanced, like, obviously things are going to change. I think that it just causes people to act in a different manner, and I think that obviously culturally it depends on where you are. Culturally depends on how you are brought up and how you're raised, but at the same exact time as well, there's not the same. If you have parents who are raising their children differently, the children are going to do different things. So I just feel like now that the kids that are being brought up are coddled more in a different way. They're not eager to go out there. They're not eager to do adulting. I mean, and how can you, when you even look on social media and you see adults saying, oh my gosh, adulting is so hard, and they're like 30, 40, and they post these memes and these comments, and yes, it's funny. However, I think this generation is kind of more like, okay, wait a minute, like, we're not in a rush to grow up, or we're not in a rush to run and do these things, because we're seeing that the generation ahead of us, or even 2 times ahead of us, they don't seem like they even like to do the things that they're doing, or they don't seem like they're handling it well as well. So I think times have just changed so much. I agree that there's not the same amount of push, for people to try to be mature and have a mature way of thinking. But I think that there's just so many facets to that as well.
All right, Rivah, what about you?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you guys so much for having me. Usually I'm cropping myself in, so it feels kind of weird that I'm actually on the panel and I actually fit in the screen. So I want to say that, first of all. Exactly. I made it. No. But does age determine adulthood? Absolutely not. And I definitely agree with both what Courtney said and with what Rilla said, but kind of on the other side of the spectrum, because in my opinion, I think adulthood is equivalent to the kind of life experiences that you've had. So I think that sometimes you have some people who are like so much younger that have a higher level of maturity just because of maybe a harder life that they had or the experiences that they had. And then you have some grown people, like as she said before, who are definitely have never paid a bill, have never lived on their own, have never had to step up to the plate of any responsibility that they've had to take care of. So age, the number in adulthood, absolutely not.
Okay. Okay, what about you? Does age determine adulthood?
Well said, Rivah TV. Thank you. I'm just playing.
No, I agree with what Courtney. I agree. Everyone just said. I know that there's legal age, where you're considered an adult. Sorry, but definitely, like you have to be at a certain place developmentally, for me to be considered an adult. Mm-hmm. But like just on the other side, I know Chicago mentioned, I think somebody in his family that had adult responsibilities at a young age. I just wanted to like kind of touch on that because even if a child has adult responsibilities, they're still not an adult. They're still a child, right? Mm-hmm. So just for people who are of legal adult age, you're not necessarily an adult in terms of development.
And I think that was a good point that Kay brought when she said about like you can be a young child and have a lot of responsibilities and still be a young child. And I think about that in the same exact fashion. You can be an adult doing the same thing that she said, having all these responsibilities, but you still don't operate or function as an adult as well.
But if you are a child, even if you have adult responsibilities, you're still not an adult. If that
let me push back on that.
And I think the adult thing is all in interpretation, because you're not an adult. You are doing adult things, so technically you would be functioning as an adult. But I think the correct term would be that you're not of legal age to do certain things.
Okay, because the context matters, right? So the context it was my grandfather and my great grandfather. Right. So when you go back into those times, and I understand you're bringing it current, but I'm just saying I use that as a reference point. When
I got what you're saying.
Yeah, when you go back in that time, and even when you go to, let's say if we go to some indigenous countries today, those young men are going through rites of passage at 15, 14. Now, so that I would just add an additional context. That's all.
No, I agree with that. I knew exactly what you were saying. I just wanted to add that little, piece in.
Yeah. So, are you saying, Rilla, that because they're going through rites of passage, just like if they're 14 or 15, that makes them an adult?
So I think when we having this conversation around
so the video's already cut off, but. So I don't think Anton's answer got into this video. I don't know if it's going to be in another video, but he just said that we were all completely wrong and that age does determine adulthood. So I really want to know what you guys think about this conversation, and also your thoughts on does it determine adulthood? Does being 18 make you an adult? Does being 21 make you an adult? Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. As I always say, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not following me on Instagram, follow my Instagram. It's at RIVAH_JORDON. I love you guys so very, very much from the bottom of my heart. You guys know that I genuinely mean that. And I just thank you guys so much for the support, the comments, the Instagram DMs. You know that I absolutely read them. Even when I was with them on their show, I saw you guys in the comment section. Don't think I didn't see you. And I just love you guys so much. You guys have become like my family. And I genuinely mean that. So thank you guys so much. And I will see you guys in the next video. I love you.